the topic?
Should
Get
we
into it,
start
okay.
like the podcast in 3, 2, 1?
Welcome to Creepy Conversations with Kalai and Gabby. Today we are going to be talking about. Wait, why?
That was like the first time we
like-
actually like introduced people
To what?
to our podcast
Like right away?
Yeah, we've changed, you
Proud of
guys.
us.
We're now like Creepy Conversations 2.0. No, not really.
Trade ass conversations. We
I'm
had to
still
think of a
burping.
name. So apparently we haven't really changed.
Mm-hmm.
Did I mention what we were going to be talking about today? It doesn't matter. We
I'm
are
talking
always
about
all over the place.
making new friends. We're gonna, right? Are we gonna talk about making new friends?
Making
How much we suck at making new friends. Social anxiety, what up?
Yeah. No, that's why you had to get drunk first. I went clubbing. Ew. Is that even a term for me? Do I even do that? Whatever. I went to an after party. I think that sounds much better. I went to an after party last Saturday, technically Friday, which led to a Saturday. And I met someone randomly, like a legit stranger, which is so cool because you don't get to do that in the Philippines. That's not a thing.
No, Gabby doesn't do that.
Is that, wait, stop. Is that a thing for us?
Yeah.
Do we do that now? Oh, shit. Okay.
Let's congratulate Gabby. This is a new milestone in her life. Making friends with strangers.
For
Talking
one
to
night.
strangers.
We hit it off. Oh, no, actually, she was an acquaintance of Tim.
Mhm.
And they were hanging out, and he was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, these are my colleagues and stuff." And even if they were acquaintances, we spent more time with what was her name? Fuck it, whatever. With her. Let's just call her because I can't see. I'm great at this. I'm great at making new friends. I can't remember her name. And we even traded numbers. And I remember, like, on Monday, Tim was like, "Oh, you know, she said you were pretty cool," and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, she's a friend that I'll never, ever talk to. I'll have her number on my phone, but that's, like, a one-night stand friendship.
That's what we are. We're good at one-night stand friendships.
Exactly. And then Tim was like, no, you're fine. I'm like, that's because I drank. And he goes, yeah, you're weirder without the drink. I don't even know how to take that, but I think if you were to describe me in a sentence, that's what I would like suggest you say. You're weirder without the drink.
We're weirder.
Without, yeah. Which is crazy.
We're not the same person if we go out.
We're out, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta blend in. We're chameleons.
We don't know how to
that
blend
right?
in.
You know how to adapt? What is it, though? Wait, how are we... Now I'm starting to wonder how we're gonna get this conversation into our topic.
Right now, we're going to be talking about Batibat. That's how you transition.
That was the worst transition ever. It's like, what? Are
We were like silent for
doing
like
this?
2 seconds, and then we're going to be talking about... Back to you, Gabby.
I was drinking water, sorry.
So yeah, like I said earlier, we're going to be talking about Batibat. I don't want to pronounce it that way. I just want to pronounce it as Batibat because Batibat sounds like Batibot, which is a show, a children's show in the Philippines back in the 90s.
That's actually how you pronounce it. The whole time I was watching Sabrina. Is that right? No, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wondered, like, why? Because they say it like Batibat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's very anglicized. And the whole time, I was just wondering, why does it sound familiar? I don't think I've ever heard this word before. And then when, like, Aswang Project and one of my friends messaged me, "Hey, do you guys know this is actually a creature from Philippine mythology that causes bad dreams and shit?" I'm like, oh, right. That's why it kind of sounded familiar, but I couldn't really like place it, like what it was, because we read it as, or it is supposed to be pronounced as Batibat.
Boo!
Which is like so ugly, right? Now, how do you want to pronounce it in this
I want to
episode?
pronounce it as Batibat.
I'll just say Batibat because
Batibat.
we're posers.
Yeah.
We're posers now.
And I don't want to associate it with Batibat at all because I loved that show when I was a kid. Like,
I can't even remember what that is. Let me Google Batibat. I know about it, but I can't remember what it is. Ew,
it's a show.
It's a puppet.
Yeah, it's like
Sesame
a
Street
knockout version
Filipino
of Sesame
version.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Let's not. It's
weird. Not even like a Class A knockout. It's like Class B. But I loved it though. If ever you were like a part of the cast or if you were the creator, I loved Batibat when I was younger.
You're such a kiss ass.
I did love it when I was younger. That's why I don't want to pronounce it as Batibat because it sounds like Batibat. Shit. Okay, Batibat. Are we really gonna start now?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Should we? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to do this. I feel like this is one of our driest episodes ever.
You say that every time.
No, this one's like for real now.
No.
I think.
What? With our personalities? Mm-mm.
We're never dry.
That sounds so wrong.
Did you see my post on Facebook? I posted on our page because today we published, which episode was that?
Capra.
7? Episode 7? Yeah. It's up.
Mm-hmm.
It's up. And I posted like, oh yeah, we're back and we're still fucking hilarious. We're still funny.
Yeah, that's true.
So let's, accept it, you guys.
Excuse me. I'm still
and
burping.
burpee, basically gassy. Okay.
I don't know why. When we were like talking earlier, I wasn't burping that much. I only burped once.
You burped once.
And then we start the podcast. I like burp like every 5 minutes. What up?
No, because wait. I think I know why.
Why?
Remember, my sister said like your inhales has a voice.
My inhales sound demonic. That's what it is.
He or she, what is your voice? It should be a character in this episode. So besides Craig, who I don't really like anymore.
We don't like Craig.
We used to. He was on our team, but like he is legit from the government, so...
Craig is from the government who records our conversations.
If we remember to put him in the conversation.
Yeah. He does a great job, but his voice is just the worst.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we should add like a new character, someone we like, and that's gonna be your voice. We're gonna have to figure out a name for your voice, I think.
Yes. My inhales.
Yes. Wait. Yeah. Your inhales, not your voice. What am I talking about? See? Anyway, let's go back to Batibat.
Batibat. So, Batibat. This feels so unnatural.
Everything in this podcast feels unnatural. I don't know what's wrong with us today. We haven't been laughing a lot.
We haven't been recording in a week or like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but usually when we talk, it's like, ha 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 ha. I can't, yeah. Anyway. I don't know where I'm getting at with my point.
Edit that out. No, I'm just kidding. So Batibat is a creature in the Ilocano folklore. For those that aren't from the Philippines, Ilocano is a term that we use to call things and people from Ilocos, which is a region in the northwest of the Philippines. This time, I researched that. Thank you.
I was about to ask you, and I'm like, ooh, she's so confident. She must have read and put it on her notes.
I'm not smart, you guys. I need the internet to make me sound smart. Sound smart. I failed right away. It was a great takeoff, and then it crashed right away.
Karma's a bitch.
See, when you get too cocky.
Yeah, we're just funny. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we're claiming. We're stupid and we're funny.
So, according to the Lost Journal of Alejandro Pardo, like that book, you know, if you've been listening to our podcast, if you haven't, go listen to our other episodes. That book is like my new best friend. Sorry, Gabby, you've been replaced by a book, and it's not even a real book.
No, but
it's an e-book. Not even real. Ebooks
Well,
are
I
real
think
though.
I'm fine with it.
Yes.
I'm fine with that. I got replaced by the best, so no hard feelings.
We're like derailing again. Back to Batibat. According to the Lost Journal of Alejandro Pardo, the Batibat is an elemental creature. Let me say that again. An elemental creature who lives in a tree. And according to Maximo Ramos, by the way, side note, Maximo Ramos is the author of Creatures of Philippine Lower Mythology. So according to him, Batibat hates people who sleep in her presence. So she hates sleep, but at the same time, she loves it because that's how she attacks people. But she hates it when people sleep near her. And I love the way Maximo Ramos described her in his book.
Wait.
Batibat.
Please tell me why she hates it. I am so bothered because I'm a sleepy girl and you know that. It's like...
Mm-hmm.
When I find a place, even just to sit, I am like, zzz. So why?
I don't know. She just hates it. She finds it disrespectful.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, according to Maximo Ramos, I love the way he describes Batibat. So, a Batibat is a nightmare-inducing, insanity-causing creature. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And the creature is mostly, or the Batibat is mostly described as a huge, overweight female, approximately 300 pounds, who resides in trees. And her powers are what we call here in the Philippines as a bangungot, which is technically just a really bad nightmare.
Dream. Yeah.
Yeah. But for us, like when you say, "Oh, I had a bangungot," that's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, because it's like you kind of survived something.
Mm.
Because people actually
True.
die from it.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. And oh, by the way, I mentioned the Lost Journal of Alejandro Pardo earlier. Whoever illustrated the Batibat in that book, girl, good job to you, dude. Because
Can I Google it?
I don't know if you can try, but
Okay.
her eyes
Am I
in the
gonna regret
illustration.
this?
Maybe.
Oh my god.
Her eyes are fucking terrifying. And, like, to those, you guys need to buy that book, by the way, but to those who can't buy the book, find a way. No, I'm just kidding. The way
you have to.
The way they illustrated her is like, her body is like a sumo wrestler, but her hair is like thinning hair and fucking huge ass eyes. That shit's gonna give you nightmares. Anyway.
I think this is it. I mean, I can't find the drawing, but there is a picture on Pinterest, and it's kind of like a statue, and it is scary as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Jabba the Hutt with freaky eyes,
Mm-hmm.
arms and legs, and it sits on you.
Yeah. And not in like a
Ew.
sexual sit on your face kind of way. It sits on your chest, man.
Why did you say face?
I've been reading shit lately. And by the way, I don't have a job anymore. So my brain's kind of like fuzzy right now. Fuzzier than the usual.
Wow. That's, yeah.
Back to Batibat. So I couldn't find any description of what she's like in her natural habitat. Like,
Habitat.
How do you pronounce that word?
Habitat.
Habitat. Yeah, right. This is how do you pronounce that conversations with Kalai and Gabby? Because I really can't find anything. Like, if you see her in like her tree where she lives, how does she react to it? To you seeing her, there's no description of that at all. Oh, by the way, that would be a good shit if you're a writer. Write that shit up.
Yep.
Do it.
Wait, what kind of tree does she live in?
What?
Because can you imagine what kind of tree does she live in?
I also try to search that, but there's no like specific tree. In Maximo Ramos's book, he just mentioned bamboos and large trees. Very informative.
Bamboo. stop. How can you fit a fucking Jabba the Hutt in a bamboo tree?
See,
I call bullshit.
I have a theory that she's sort of like a shapeshifter, because
Okay.
not in a sense that she can shapeshift into like an animal, but she can like change her
Fit into
size.
shit.
Yeah, like I feel like she'd be like smaller, but like a smaller version of herself still.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I tried to search. Like, what is she like in her natural habitat? And
Mm-hmm.
I pronounced it right. And how
Right.
and what she does if she's not like whatever. I couldn't find anything about it at all. Like, not at all. So
Yeah, so this is like the useless episode right now.
So why she's freaky, why she's creepy is that if you cut the tree that she lives in, she will migrate into the holes of the tree. And like I said earlier, I think she's a shapeshifter because she can like put herself into a hole because she hates it when you disturb.
Very territorial.
Yeah, Philippine mythical creatures are petty and shallow as fuck. So
Filipinos in general are petty.
Mm-hmm.
Not just our creatures.
Yeah, Asians in general. No, I'm just kidding. So she does that. She migrates into the holes of the tree so that she can get revenge to whoever destroyed her home. And once the wood of the tree where she lived becomes a post in your bed or becomes a part of your house, if you sleep near it, then she will slip into your dreams and show her true form.
Shit.
Yeah, and she will sit on top of your chest, and when she smiles, their eyes wide with glee, staring deep into your eyes as you struggle hard to breathe, and the last thing you will hear will be her cackles of laughter until you die.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you know what? Like, oh shit, man.
Yes.
That's creepy.
Uh-huh.
That's like sleep paralysis.
And she will use her nightmares against you. Like I said earlier, her power is the bangungot, which is really bad nightmares. She will use your nightmares against you so that she can kill you and take your soul as revenge. And she will kill you. You'll die because of great terror. Like, that's how you're gonna die. You're not gonna die happy. You're gonna die of fright. That's how she's gonna kill you. And she will take anyone, but prefers males, specifically young adults.
We're safe then. We're good.
No, we're not safe, but she will most likely, attack males. Because I think young adults are the ones that most likely will cut trees up.
Yeah.
So
it used to be like that.
So that's how she takes revenge. So y'all better watch out. And
do you have like wood in your room?
My bed's made out of wood.
Congratulations. Good luck with your sleep tonight.
No, Batibat better be good friends because I like how you roll and how shallow you are. I like that. Anyway.
Okay.
That was like such an awkward.
I was like,
okay.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
I've accepted that.
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
So,
you continue.
Yes. How can you stop a Batibat? So it's hard to stop something that you can't see. If you walk into a person that's being attacked by Batibat, you wouldn't see her sitting on top of someone's chest. You'll only see them like struggling. And if you're being attacked by Batibat, in order for you to survive is to wake up. So how can you tell how can you wake up from Batibat's nightmare? All you need to do is wiggle your toes or bite your thumb, which is, by the way, when I was a kid, I had like sleep paralysis because that's what Batibat is. She's basically the demon form of sleep paralysis. So when I was a kid, I had sleep paralysis and I told my mom, and her advice was next time if you have like sleep paralysis, the first thing that you should try to move is the lower part of your body. Like all you have to do is relax. You have to know that this is just a dream, and then you can like try to move your lower part, and it works every time. Like the last time I had sleep sleep paralysis was like a long time ago. I think I was in college or in high school, and that's the thing that I did. Your brain's gonna like realize that you're dreaming, and then you're gonna wake up, and it's
How does it
gonna
feel?
be terrifying.
How does sleep paralysis feel?
It feels like you can't breathe at all. Like,
but you can't like really see your dream, or you're just like, you just feel scared and you can't breathe, or you actually see
you
something?
can't breathe and you can't move. In my experience, I didn't see anything. It was just basically like, it wasn't even a nightmare. It was like I was running from something. And I remember that it wasn't even that scary. It was like I was running from something, and then I couldn't wake up anymore. So I had to like, I followed my mom's advice to like, know that you're dreaming. If you feel like you can't breathe, know that you have to know that you're dreaming. And then if you realize that you are dreaming, start moving the lower part of your body, because you can't move at all. Like you realize that you're already dreaming, but you still can't move. So you start panicking, because you're like, oh shit, I'm going to be stuck in this state forever.
And then it gets worse.
Yeah, because you start panicking. So you have to try as much as possible, relax, and then try to move your lower body.
Can you imagine if you're like extremely scared, but it's like, yeah, I gotta relax.
That happens if you have like panic attacks. So just find a way to get out of the shit where you are and find a place where you can breathe.
Damn. That's hard if you're sleeping. I wonder, do you even know like the actual scientific reason why that happens? Because I don't, and I actually want to know.
There's actually like a term for sleep paralysis for people that actually die of sleep paralysis. It's called SUNS. Where's my note? SUNS. Was it SUNS? Shit.
What is that? Like sand with the U?
No, sudden unexplainable death in sleep. So that, or was it SUDS? Now I can't remember. But
explainable death. No,
but
I think it's SUNS.
That's what it means. Sudden unexplainable death in sleep. Unexpected or unexplainable? I think it was unexplainable death in sleep.
Unexpected or unexplained. I googled it. It's like, I hate you. You're like, yeah, I know this.
And then
like,
I
Gabby,
fuck up my words right away. So that's what it is. And it's actually very, very common in Southeast Asia. And it got featured in... Damn! I knew I wrote it down, but it's not in my notes. But it was featured back in 1981, I think, in New York Times or something. It was like a See, now I can't talk properly anymore. But yeah, they featured that there was like a rising number for young adult males in the Philippines that die because of was it sons or suds? Sons, because of sons. And when they performed autopsy. Did I? On the other
autopsy.
I fuck it up right away. So when they performed autopsy on the deceased, most of them had like inflamed pancreas, and then some of them had cardiac arrest. But most of them was basically because of an inflamed pancreas, which which would happen if you ate a lot of starchy food a couple of hours before you sleep. So like if you eat starchy food before you sleep, most likely, and you're a young adult male, most likely you will have sleep paralysis. And Filipinos love to eat rice. So that's like another thing.
Shit, I eat that.
It's still unexplained. There's still like no scientific reason. So I think that's why Batibat is still a thing, because because
it's like you can't explain it. Let's make something up.
Yeah, and there were guys that actually said they're from different places, but they actually said that they saw a creature sitting on their chest.
Like, that's a common thing? No, because usually so the story I have later is an actual story from a colleague here, and he says, like, whenever sleep paralysis happens to him, he sees a creature.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's always a physical, okay, maybe not physical because he can't really touch it, but there's always something there, and it's human or kind of like that. There's always a creature.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it. Oh my god.
Ooh. Is it tea time already?
See, I swear
I want to
this is
listen
like
to your
driest-
story now. I'm like, is it tea time now? Tea time.
Like the driest shit. Oh god. And the thing is, it's still happening to him, and it's usually like, especially when he's extremely stressed. And I think that's what it's just a theory. After you said, like, this is most common in Southeast Asia, because I think, like, Asians in general put, like, a very high standard on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're trained to be a straight A student. You have to be this. You have to be, like, you have to chase perfection, and that's quite stressful. And I think it stems from that. And you're like, just, it's a panic attack while you sleep.
Yeah, I think because most of the South, especially Southeast Asian, not all, but like most of the Southeast Asian countries, we're not really a first world country. So we strive so hard. We put like a lot of pressure on ourselves so that we can get out of whatever situation that we were in. Like, we want to succeed, and that's the basis of success here, and not just in the Philippines, but like in Asia, is to have, like, you should have a lot of money. That's how people
you
will
always
see your
have
success.
to prove yourself.
Okay. And it shouldn't be that way, but society sucks.
Well, we've talked about this afternoon, I think. It's like, as you grow older, you kind of don't want to know anything anymore. Because, like, people start telling you stuff, and then you start learning things, and it's like, shit, I hate the world. It's like, there's so many bad things. I wish this is what it means to say ignorance is bliss. But at the same time, it's not, because that just makes you an idiot, and you are annoying to society if you are ignorant.
Yes. And growth, man, it's great to know shit, and it's great to, you know what, Gab, go on.
Let's just do tea time. So I told my colleague about this, and he's like, yeah, I have a story about sleep paralysis. And he actually wrote a blog about it. This blog was published on October 31st, 2017. It's basically Halloween. It's a very fitting time to post something freaky.
Did he do it on purpose?
I don't know. I didn't ask, because I just noticed this evening that he posted on the 31st. And I was, at first I was planning to just tell this, like, how I remember it from reading, but he's a writer. He's a writer, and he's pretty good. So I want to read what he wrote as exactly as he wrote it. Why are you, I don't get it. What's wrong? I'm stalling.
You're like explaining why you're gonna read it because he's a good writer. Anyway, go on.
I'm a very supportive person, and that's why I'm saying, like, oh, he's good at what he does, because I'm promoting him. Anyway, not the point. The title is, I wanted to move, but I was too tired. So the setting is his lecture in the classroom, May 2013. As the class shuffled out the room, I was grateful for the 15-minute respite in between 4 hours of lecture. I stayed behind, desperate for some sleep. I had been spending the past 3 days on my paper, save for a couple of power naps to sustain my dwindling mental acuity. That was 6 hours without proper sleep. Hearing the soft music on by the lecturer, the fatigue pulsated through my head. Not unlike standing atop a spinning carousel whirled. I'm messing this up. He wrote this so good. Anyway, not unlike standing atop a spinning carousel whirling at twice the speed. So it was no surprise when everything went dark the moment my head hit the table. Even then, the whirling dizziness ensued, building up the feelings of nausea. Should I get up? No. I wanted to move my body into a better position, but I was too tired. Whirling settled soon after, feet shuffling past, chairs dragging. I wanted to get up and tell everyone off. I wanted to move, but I was too tired. A minute barely passed, and I was still conscious of the happenings of my surroundings. The same song was still playing amidst the background noise. Then there came a familiar discomfort against my back. Someone was relentlessly pressing their knuckle against my back,
shit.
deliberately wedging the muscles apart. And I remember he would always tell me this, and this was like a sign that the sleep paralysis was starting. Because he would always feel like someone was digging on his back, like pushing their knuckles on his back. And yeah, that was like how it starts. Trepidation surged through my veins, and almost immediately I was overcome by an even heavier sense of grogginess. It made me forget the wherefores of that primal fear. I wanted to get up. I really wanted to move, but I was too tired. Time to begin part 2 of Bond's duration, my lecturer interjected. Wait a minute. Why is the same song still playing in the background? That's definitely less than 5 minutes. How can the lecture break be over? Strangely, the room seemed to be full of people. I could hear them despite my head still being down. I certainly didn't hear the usual ruckus from everyone re-entering the lecture room, save for a few from earlier. My sense of time warped from being excessively exhausted. I felt like the time I got drunk and blacked out. Shrugging off the bizarreness, I got ready to shift myself upright, but I couldn't move. I tried again. My arms and legs did not respond. I couldn't get up, and my head was still on the table, eyes still shut. I wanted to move, but I was not only too tired, my body didn't respond. Alarmed, I tried calling out for help. I wonder how you feel like when this happens to you. It's so scary.
It is.
Finally realizing what was happening, raw trepidation struck me again. I had remembered what the sudden grogginess had made me forget earlier. Sleep paralysis. I'd been under the effects of sleep paralysis from the beginning, and I had neither a voice to call out, nor could I move. Normally, I'd shake myself awake violently. Yet, I was in class, and there was no way I was gonna risk looking like I was having a seizure. The pounding in my ears betrayed my feeble attempts of reassuring myself. It spoke. You sure this is normal? My thoughts were interrupted by my lecturer. Wait, Dr. Gog can hear my thoughts? That's the name of his lecturer, by the way. I still could not move. Oh shit, wake up, wake up. At that moment, the soft music was no longer playing. The room felt chilly. Background noise that was characteristic of a lecture room was absent. Absolute silence. And everyone was gone.
No thank you.
It's so scary. And he has pictures here. It's so annoying. It matches like the scenes of what he's trying to describe. That thing that replied to my thoughts wasn't my lecturer. The voice spoke again, transitioning to a hoarse whisper that made the hair stand on the back of my neck, dropping its pretense. I said, are you sure? Sleep paralysis in the middle of class is normal?
Holy
Slowly,
shit.
it approached, heavy breathing from the surge of primal fear. Stop it! Wake the hell up! Whatever the thing was, it began cackling. The dog, though!
The dog's like,
Yep.
I'm say something. He ain't happy.
I am so amazed, actually, because I read this before we started the podcast, but I didn't read anything about Batibat, and then when you started describing it, I felt like, oh, fuck, man, this shit is true. Because you know how you said,
Batibat
like,
is true.
Batibat would laugh and shit?
Yeah.
And then he heard it. Okay, I'll continue. Okay. Whatever that thing was, it began cackling, knowing that I was in too deep to rouse myself awake. Too tired to move, it taunted. Nauseous from the whirling, but too tired to move. I could hear its amusement as it regurgitated my thoughts from earlier in the sickening hoarse whisper. It was taunting me. It would have been easier to wake up from the paralysis earlier. Noisy idiots, the whisper went on. You ignored them. Although my eyes were closed and head down, I could still hear it shifting closer to me. By now, I was close to hyperventilating. No, stop, go away, get the fuck away from me. Silence.
Get the fuck
And
away,
then-
Batibat!
And then more silence. Time ticked by, and there was nothing I could do but to wait it out. Did the hallucination cease? Chills went down my spine when I felt its musty breath at the back of my neck. Hello? The whisper dragged on deliberately. Seizure be damned, I began to shake myself awake. The grogginess grew in heaviness with every attempt, but I needed to wake up. Again, the sharp grinding of its knuckles against my back. I needed to wake up. Wham! The table shifted as I jolted awake. Everything was normal, and the few who had stayed in the lecture room during the break hadn't noticed my predicament. The same song was still playing in the background, and I left campus after class, still tired. Getting into bed the same night.
Oh shit! I thought that was
Actually, when I
it.
read this, yeah, the first time I read this, I thought it was like, yeah, it's done, and then there's this thing. So I laid down in bed that night, slightly worried about getting another hallucination-filled sleep paralysis. But soon I shut my eyes. 60 hours without proper sleep does that to you. Something tickled my fingers
Oh,
on my
shit.
arm that was dangling over the bed frame. Don't worry, I won't let it get to you. It giggled. Shit. From the gap between the covers, I saw a shadowy silhouette bending over and grinning at me.
Holy shit!
I wanted to move, but I was too tired. To be continued. And that was it!
Check please! No, thank you!
Can you imagine? He's so used to it. This has happened like lots of times, and he's just so nonchalant in telling me this. It's like he's used to it, but it's so scary.
Shit.
It's so scary.
By the way, I forgot to include something.
What?
To like appease Batibat. I forgot to include that.
Yeah, we need that right now, because like after this, we're about to sleep, and shit might happen. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, to appease Batibat, you have to take a splinter of wood from the tree where she used to live and then give it back to the woods. And by the way, it sounds like, oh great, we have a solution to the problem, but which wood is it?
Exactly. Get everything. Get from
Destroy
every
your
single
home.
piece of wood.
Destroy it, give it back to her, man. It's not worth it. But yeah, that's...
Get metal frames instead.
Jigs, our friend, actually just... I was like, when he told me that he had a nightmare, I had to like hold his hand and be like... Oh my god, Batibat just visited you. He told me like last week, and how he saw it was almost like Batibat. Like he saw like his teddy bear's face, and then it turned to like kind of evil, and then next thing he knows, like his bear was like right on top of him, and then the head like sort of went up, and then he realized that there was something on top of him, and he saw the legs and everything beside his arms that was like holding him down.
God.
Yeah, but the way Jigs told the story, he was like, and I saw the bear's head.
I can imagine.
And I was like, oh my god, Jigs, you have to like wiggle your toes, move like the lower part of your body if it happens to you again. And but my sister actually has a friend who, sorry to like go dark, but this is like a wake up call to those who are experiencing sleep paralysis. Make sure that you drink water before you go to sleep, and don't sleep. Yeah. And
but what does the water do though?
Water, if you're dehydrated, it causes nightmares. So make sure that you're rehydrated before you go to sleep. And yeah, if it's humid in your room, invest in like a dehumidifier. Is that correct?
Dehumidifier, yeah.
Yeah, to like lessen the humidity in your room. And again, sorry to go dark, but my sister's friend actually died from sleep paralysis. And he's from Kaffa. We were still in Kaffa at the time he died. And I think we found.
What?
Yeah, it was. What's wrong with me? But the news was like he died of a heart attack, but his brother saw him struggle a bit, so he like tried to wake him up, and then he screamed, and then he passed out, and then when they called the ambulance, he was dead there.
Fuck.
Yeah, so you guys should, especially the men that are listening right now, please take care of yourself during the weekends. Self-care is the best form of health care. Take care of yourself.
It makes sense now. Like when you said like when you're dehydrated, it causes nightmares and shit. Because this guy smokes like there's no tomorrow. The guy in my story smokes like there's no tomorrow. And like smoking causes dehydration. So does drinking, like alcohol.
So you guys better like drink water before you go to sleep, and make sure that you're not that full before you go to sleep. You know if you're full, why would you sleep? So
pigs, because pigs do that.
Yeah.
I do that a lot, actually.
Yeah, that's why it's common here in Southeast Asia, because we do that. We eat a lot of starch, rice, and then we get sleepy, and then we sleep. So fight the urge to sleep if you know you're full. And if you can't drink water, just don't sleep.
And like hope it helps.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, during the weekends, because stress can kill you, man. People don't acknowledge that a lot, but take some time to take care of yourself. Dude, skincare is a really good form of self-care because it relaxes you. If you eat and you're full and you still have to do like skincare, it takes time. Trust me, my skincare routine is like almost 3 hours worth. So
for real?
For real.
Wait, you still haven't like given me a list of your skincare products? Because I've got like extremely bad skin now. Yeah. You're just like, okay, yeah, this is not about paralysis anymore.
But if you know that you're stressed, you can feel it. Take some time, especially on the weekends. That's what your day off is for. Listen to your body and
hips don't lie.
Rest, dude. Rest. I'm like talking to your friend directly. Rest, dude.
I know. I felt that. It's like, yes.
No, but
everyone does work a lot.
Yeah. Self-care is the best healthcare. So I almost forgot.
Pop culture?
Did you know that Batibat is a famous bitch?
Really?
That Swang better watch out, because this girl is after her career. No, I'm just kidding. So Batibat was featured just recently in The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which is, if you guys don't have Netflix. Yeah,
you should.
It's a show in Netflix, which is based off on the comic book Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was in chapter 5 or episode 5, in which she was a demon that was captured by Sabrina's dad and put in. You guys watch the show, Jesus. But yeah.
Let's not spoil them. But she's there. Oh my god, you know what? They're releasing a Christmas special for Sabrina this year.
What?
That's what I read. I don't know if it's legit, and I don't know what they're releasing, but yeah, it's happening, I think.
I'm fine with that. I want to see more of Cousin Ambrose. That dude.
Yeah, me too.
It's so fine. So yeah.
Chocolate Daddy.
And aside from Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, there's also another show. It's a Canadian TV show called The Lost Girl, and they actually like made a backstory of a Batibat. In the show, she's a light fae, so she's a light fae, Fae.
Okay.
And she's mostly harmless until you cut down her tree. So they gave her like a backstory that she's like a nice elderly woman, and then she gets ferocious once they started like cutting down her tree.
Is this a TV show or a movie?
Yeah, it's a Canadian TV show called The Lost Girl. I actually want to watch it because it's based on like supernatural creatures. The lead in the show is actually like half succubus. So
what?
I don't know if it's still
I'm
on.
into this already.
Yeah,
it doesn't
me
matter.
too.
Like we could still like search it online or something.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still on. If it's still on, you guys let us know and give us a copy. Or no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I want to watch it.
Do you think we can find that on Netflix? Do you think that's there?
Maybe I'll search for it now. No, I'm just kidding.
She's like, I'm just super excited, so let's search for it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how come we've never heard of it before. I think it's like so into our alley, right up our alley. But
yeah, but I think because it's a Canadian TV show, it's not Hollywood, so it's not really.
That says a lot about us. We're just like
we're like
so
Hollywood
basic.
bitches.
So basic.
We don't watch anything that isn't shot in like Hollywood.
Because California.
Because Hollywood is like the place to be. Why are we talking like this?
Because we're like Valley girls now. This reminds me of the Barbie show we used to watch on YouTube. That embarrassing Barbie show.
What
Popular
was it?
Girls?
Popular Girls?
I think that's the name.
Yeah, the Barbies. Oh my god, no. Why are we talking about this? We should be talking about Batibat. I'm happy that she's famous now.
Yes.
Don't forget, forget us, Batibat. You have other people to. Your audience is bigger now.
There's no need for you to do this.
It's like we're asking her to kill other people. No, we're not.
It's like,
we're
nah.
not.
Just chill in your wood
You
tree.
know, I think the reason why she's always angry and she's always vengeful, and this is my advice to you, Batibat, get some sleep, man. You hate sleep?
Yeah.
Get some sleep. Dude, stop overeating and go to sleep. I am not body shaming you. No. I'm asking you to go to sleep. Stop sitting on other people.
That was so irrelevant, but okay. Oh, shit. I was going to say something, but I forgot. I got thrown off by your comment.
I'm so sorry. This is what our podcast is mostly about. Just me talking over Gabby.
But wait, I'm trying to remember it, but then there's going to be like dead silence. There's going to be dead air if I try to remember it, so fuck it. Let's
is it about? Is it about Batibat?
Yeah, kind of. I think so. I'm not even sure anymore.
But you know, at least Batibat got a scene with Cousin Ambrose.
Yeah.
And Sabrina.
Oh, right. I was thinking merch. We should start selling dream catchers now. Just like protect everyone.
Right. And the dream catchers will have our faces at the center. So Batibat will be like, oh, no, I love those bitches. I'm not going to touch you because I'm a fan of them. So we're cool because they gave me a really good advice about self-care and sleeping. So I'm not going to touch you. What are we doing? But no, I mean, Batibat, you can enter people's dreams. Like, if you see someone hot, don't kill them, man. Like,
of course not. Just sit on their face.
You're sitting in the wrong place. Don't sit on their chest. Sit on their face.
If they're hot, sit on their face.
Right. No, that's assault. Don't do that, Batibat. Just sleep beside them.
Wait, is it still assault if it's in the dream? You know what? Don't even entertain that idea. So. It's assault.
No. Yeah, it's assault.
Like, always
just sleep
ask
beside
for
them.
Consent.
True. Consent is key. It's as good as self-care. Tea time.
Okay. Yep. So is that it for this episode?
We are the worst when it comes to ending.
Exactly. So if you don't want to have
forget
like sleep paralysis.
So you guys drink water before you sleep and don't forget to subscribe, review,
Rate.
And
On
if you got the
iTunes.
time, and if you got extra money, you know what to do. Our Patreon is
waiting for it.
We're just shamelessly asking for money because we're broke. That's my Twitter bio, dude. I'm a broke podcaster. A broke millennial.
I saw podcaster. So, thanks for creeping, you fucking creeper.
And remember, this is for real though. The government is always watching you.
Legit.
Bye.
Bye.